late 1800s, early 1900s. Zinfandel was the most widely planted grape in California. It was brought around the Horn on a ship, planted around Stanford, grown there, and then spread throughout California. The wine adapted, and Zinfandel was so successful. So Zin from one place is going to taste a little different than Zin from the other. It isn't all the same, and it doesn't all have to be grown in one spot.
Originally, the grapes came from Croatia, according to research that was done at UC Davis. However, it was Italian immigrants that brought them to California and planted them. They put them in their fields, they blended them with other grape varietals. They were really very experimental in how they were making and growing grapes, and they sort of thumbed their noses at European tradition. They decided to do things their own way. In typical California style, they were a little bit rebellious.
We think Zinfandel was in California before Primitivo was in Italy. There's some Italians who dispute that, I think. It's an old world grape, but it really is mostly planted in California now.
When someone's making Pinot Noir here, they're trying to make a Burgundy. When they're trying to make a Cabernet here in California, they're trying to make it like Bordeaux. There's no bar for that here. There's no previous Zinfandel comes from this area and it should taste like this. There's no standard for how Zinfandel has to be, so that allows a lot more freedom of expression. And the winemakers take advantage of that, and they make things they think are going to be interesting. They make it for their own palate.
This one here is the Aparicio 2006 Zinfandel.
All right, so we've got a one-year-old Radu barrel here, French oak, which typically give quality.
Oh, you can tell that oak comes through a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a little toast.
Each area has its own terroir, or the expression of the fruit that comes from where it was grown. And those growing conditions can include everything from temperature fluctuation, fog, wind, soil conditions, how much drainage there is. On a steep slope, you'll have more drainage. What kind of soil? Is it clay or loamy? All of those things have an effect on the grape and how it will come out in the bottle.
So you've got a lot of variability, and you might not like a Zin from Amador, but you might like one from Contra Costa County.
If you have very hot days, say down in Paso Robles, you're going to get these earthy characteristics that come through in the wine, whereas up in Mendocino, you get the cool fog and maybe a longer, slower growing season, and that is going to make a higher acid wine that's going to be maybe a little lighter and a little bit more elegant.
I would emphasize anybody that likes wine, just say I like it or I don't like it, and that's good enough, because you don't have to be a poet and a prophet to be a wine drinker.
Zinfandel can often be aged 10 to 15 years. However, the majority of the time, it's for drinking now.